Hey guys, Glendar.com, and of course the House of Biceps. All right guys, I've got kind of a change of pace video. I haven't scripted this out, which I would like to, because this is a very, it's a serious video, and I want to make sure that the individual that contacted me about this gets an answer as quickly as possible. So I'm working with a client, and quite often I work with clients that come to me because we have something in common. We go through a lot of life struggles because they see that, you know, I deal with a lot in my daily life. You know, health issue after health issue, compounded on health issue, and I don't give up. And quite often they are at the point of giving up and they don't want to. So a lot of people hire me in this situation because they know that I will not let them give up. If they ever give up, it's going to be a fight between me and them about them giving up. Man. I was working with a client the other day that I see a ton of potential in, an absolute ton of potential. A new client right off the bat. We're kind of 3 weeks in, and I'm starting to realize that there's a lot more going on than just what I'm seeing on video and just what I'm getting through email about her training week and how things are going in the gym. And I can tell that there are a lot of things going on somewhere outside of the gym that's affecting her results inside the gym. And my goal when I see someone like that is to keep everything that happens inside the gym very positive, to keep the PR train rolling. And I try to hit so many different PRs, and I'm giving myself away, giving away my secret so she may not fall for it anymore. But we will hit 10 rep PRs, 8s, 12s, 15s, you know, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then we start rotating again. And then, you know, we'll reverse band, we'll double band, we'll chain, we'll deficit, cambered bar, SS yoke bar, 1 board, 2 board, 3 board, 4 board, halves of everything in between. Everything has to be structured so that progress is always being seen, or it's at least being felt. And if you watch my training, you'll see that a lot of my training is a very similar fashion. And that is not by accident. That is because the coach in me understands that the athlete in me deals with a lot of things outside of the gym. And I need the things that happen inside of the gym to go very, very well. Because quite often it is the absolute best parts of my week. And I think if you're watching this video, I think that I don't have to go into detail about what that means. I think you understand. I think you understand that sometimes the best things that happen to us all week happen right here, in this place, in the gym. That's where our success is. I think you understand. So I'm digging and digging and digging with this individual, trying to get a better grasp on what's going on. And quite often it's pulling and tearing away one layer and one layer until the person finally opens up. And finally she opened up and she wants to be a great powerlifter, or just a good powerlifter, you know, a successful in her own eyes, not in the world stage eyes, but in her own eyes. She wants to feel like a successful powerlifter. And I'm so confused because, I mean, it's powerlifting. That's it, it's powerlifting. It's not, it's not strongman where, you know, people go to a contest where they're, you know, a group of beginners in your weight class, and, you know, you win. You know, and take first place, and you're so proud. But who did you beat? A bunch of beginners? And then, I mean, like, I went to World's Strongest Man Masters and took 15th and set PRs across the board. Post-chemotherapy PRs anyway. Post-starting chemotherapy PRs, and was thrilled. But this is powerlifting. You pick and choose your numbers. I mean, does that make sense? It's hard to fail at powerlifting. It really is. It's hard to fail yourself at powerlifting because it's one of the great things about powerlifting. You pick and choose your numbers. They're not going to go out there and say, okay, the starting weight's 800 pounds on the bench press. And you take the weight and unrack it and it slams into your chest and you're embarrassed because everybody else goes out there and does 10 reps with it. You know, you get to pick and choose your numbers. That's what's great about powerlifting. You choose, you set your standards. How can you not be a success? So I began digging, and I'm really sorry because I want to get this right, but just from the email, and I have the permission to read this, she just says, well, I just said, you know, who tells you that you can't be a great powerlifter? Who said, I can't understand why anyone would feel they can't be a successful powerlifter. So my reply was just, who told you you can't be a successful powerlifter? They're crazy. My mom tells me I can't. I've been overweight all my life. And over the last few years, I dropped down from 200 pounds to 165. And then I went through a really bad breakup and I gained it all back. My ex said that I couldn't do it. I've lost friends because I would rather spend my Friday night in the gym and recovering than go out. I've been told from all of the above mentioned that me lifting and being a success at it is a joke. It's a real email. Look, I don't have a lot of friends just because of the same situation. Nobody's telling me that I can't do something. Yeah, nobody's telling me that I can't do something because if I decide that I'm going to do something, I generally have a pretty good idea what it takes to accomplish that goal. And I achieve that goal. At least I do something. So that's my first advice. If you actually get out there and do it, nobody's going to say that you can't. Now, managing a social life, and by social life, I don't mean going out and partying and having fun. You know, I'm not saying you have to go places and things like that, but just managing yourself and being around other individuals, I think that's something that a lot of athletes, powerlifters especially, struggle with. I know that when I go places with my wife, if I go anywhere, I'm going to struggle socially with everyone. When people are looking at me and say, "Man, Clint, what are you thinking about?" I don't know, deadlifts? That's kind of a conversation killer because nobody else in the room is thinking about deadlifts. And if they were, I would be sitting next to them talking to them about doing deadlifts. So I do encourage you to find some sort of social life. You know, I don't care what that is, but something outside of the gym. Go somewhere. I don't care if it's a coffee shop. I don't care if it's the library. I don't care if it's your favorite bar that you just go and sit and have your favorite drink or your favorite food or your favorite appetizers. I encourage you not to be that power lifter that stays at home in their house all the time. I encourage you not to be that person that has only a life inside the gym. I'm not telling you it needs to be balanced 50-50. I'm just saying there needs to be something on both ends. But I will say, if there are people around you that you call friends who are telling you cannot do something that you want to do, they're not really your friends. Yeah, that's it. They're not really your friends. Full stop. I mean, heck, you told me that you were going to drop down to 165 for your next competition. And what did I say? I mean, I flat out said, look, you can do it. Odds are that you probably will not, but you absolutely can in the future. You absolutely can do it. Odds are you probably won't if we're looking at track history. But maybe you can beat the odds. Maybe you can beat the odds. But if a friend comes out and tells you you absolutely can't do it, they're not a friend. You know, family is strange. You can pick your nose, but you can't pick your family. And that is an interesting position to be in. Sometimes the best thing to do is just pick your nose when you're around your family, and they'll leave you alone. And if they're continuously telling you stuff that you don't want to hear, pick your nose and flick it at them. That's my honest advice. I really believe that. But here's the thing, just get out there and do something. Every single day, do something. When you wake up every day, ask yourself, what am I going to do to get myself one step closer to where I want to be? Every night when you go to bed, you look down and say, did I do something today to make me a better, whatever it is that you want to be? Did I do something today that's going to get me one step closer to weighing 165? Or did I go out there today and do one thing that's going to get me one step closer to bench pressing 200 pounds? And if the answer is no, then don't go to bed yet. Make sure every night that you go to bed, you do something that gets you one step closer to where you want to be. So, young lady, this is me giving you my word. I absolutely will not give up on you until I see that you have completely given up on yourself. And I can't say that I've ever actually seen someone completely, 100%, give up on themselves. At least not a Bicepticon anyway. So we're going to keep moving every single day. We're going to wake up, we're going to make a plan and do something to make us better, to get us one step closer to where we want to be. Every night before we go to bed, we're going to make sure that we've done something that day that gets us one step closer to where we want to be. And we will not give up. We may stumble, we may fall, we may slip, we may backslide, and I don't care if you look down in 3 months and you weigh 205. If everything is downslid and you weigh 205 and you haven't been to the gym in 3 weeks, you don't quit. We never quit. You never lost until you quit. You're not a quitter. You wouldn't have contacted me and you would not be working with me if you were really a quitter. So here I am saying I believe in you, and I can't wait to see what you do in the future. Hope this helps.